Hey you guys, welcome back to another episode of Simply Sabrina Stitches. I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers, and if you are not yet subscribed, I ask that you please subscribe to this channel. It lets me know that this is content that you want to see more of, and also YouTube will start to recommend my videos to other viewers like you who want to see more content like this. So please subscribe to this channel, especially if you want more information on my Janome back here, because I have plenty more videos on it to come. In today's video, we are going to be doing an applique design on a children's t-shirt. This shirt was purchased from jiffyshirts.com. This is the Gildan brand, and it's just a plain white 3T shirt. In my opinion, they have fairly affordable prices for their shirts for children and adults. So if you plan on making this embroidery a business, which if you invested as much money as you did in this machine, I would hope so, then you're going to be able to make a profit with these shirts. The materials that you're going to need to complete today's project is your thread. Of course, I'm using the Madeira thread. You're going to need heat and bond, iron. You're going to need heat and bond, iron on. I just have a bolt of it. This is what it looks like. You're going to also need an iron with no steam and an easy press if you have it. It just makes it a little bit easier. And you're going to also need your fabric of choice. These are the two that I'm working with today. So for today's project, I'm going to be working with an applique design that I purchased off of Etsy. It's just a wreath with a bow, but you can add your own fabric in and make it look really nice and customized to your liking. So let's get into the video. So with applique, it's a little bit different from your typical stitch out design where you have to place the fabric inside the design. So in order to do that with the Janome, I have my design right here. It's just a wreath and a bow. I'm going to click on this color changer button right here. For applique, you're going to need to add some stops to the design. I already did it for this design already, but if you want to, the button is right here and it just adds a stop. This mustard color represents the outline of the design, which is the wreath. Once that stitches out, you're going to place your bonded fabric onto the design. Then the violet blue will stitch over your fabric to secure it. The mustard is going to outline the bow. You put your second or contrasting fabric there, and the violet blue is going to secure it. Where the peacock green is going to do a border stitch around the wreath, and the pink is going to do the border for the bow. If you know what colors you want to use, you won't get confused by the tracing and the tack down stitch because you're also adding in the stops, so you can make any changes if necessary, if needed. So this is how you hoop a children's t-shirt. I'm using the M1 hoop. You slide it in. After you slide it in, this is what it will look like. I don't have any measurements. I just make sure that it's placed below the collar, and then I put on the top attachment. Make sure your bottom piece is loosened so that you can securely put this on. Make sure you press it in to secure it and tighten it up. Tighten it up at the sides. And this is what your hoop shirt will look like. Make sure the back of your shirt is behind this area right here. I like to use some weights, some fabric weights, just to place in here, just to make sure that when it's stitching it won't lift up and attach to it, because there's nothing more annoying than your front and your back pieces stitching together. I'm going to get some stabilizer and put it right up top. And line it up with the fabric. So now we're going to start our design with our placement stitch. Okay, so now we're just going to measure out our fabric to the design so that we can apply the heat and bond. So I think I'm just going to cut out this much. Should be enough. You're going to cut out some heat and bond to match the size of your fabric, and the bumpy side is the glue side, and you're going to put the rough side with the back of the fabric together, and you are going to iron them together to make one piece. So I'm going to be using my Cricut Easy Press. And I'm just going to bond it for about 20 seconds. Just move it around so it gets everything. Okay, and now you're going to remove the backing. And the glue has been bonded onto your fabric. You're going to realign your fabric back onto your shirt and start the placement stitch. I removed my shirt off the cartridge, and I'm going to take my applique scissors and remove the middle section because I'm going to be placing a different fabric there. And I'm also going to trim around the rest of it. To remove the middle section, I kind of just pinch the fabric until I can get an open hole. Once you have everything removed, you can just reattach it back onto the cartridge. We are going to continue with our design and do the placement stitch for the bow. We're just going to do the same steps we did for the first fabric. We're going to line it up, see how much we need, and then apply our heat and bond on. Okay, we're going to place our bonded fabric back onto the shirt. And now it's just going to stitch out a border around the design. Okay, so the design is finally finished and this is the final result. Tell me what you think. So cute. So I'm going to finish by taking off the hoop and removing the stabilizer. So this is how it looks after I remove the hoop. I really do like the way it came out. Let me know what you guys think about this tutorial and design itself. If you have any further questions on this process, feel free to ask it down below. And I will see you guys in my next video.